friends, it's Retro Gaming now, and we're back with Grim Dawn. In the previous episode, we were moving closer and closer, and we finally got into Burrwitch. And there's a lot to explore there, and so we didn't quite finish that. And you can see we still have to find the Warden in the laboratory. So, we're going to go ahead and take a rift back to the Burrwitch Estates. And we'll continue exploring, because there's actually quite a bit. We were in this sort of dungeon, the cellar. Here we go. And there's a lot to see, so we'll slowly try and work our way through and get to all the places that we missed. I hear them. Just gotta figure out the right way to go. Well, that was a big shot to begin with. There we go. So make quick work of these, excuse me, Walking Dead. That was fast. Excuse me, I just cleared my throat. So there's lots of problems I've had with zombies, but one of the big ones is how can they ever move quickly? That just seems... It seems like if they really are atrophied and, you know, dead, that like... What was that noise? Anyways, that there would be no way for them to ever just rush. I don't know, I haven't played a whole lot of zombie games. That's definitely a theme early on, though, these ethereals. I imagine, though, as we keep going, we'll find different factions. Because the ethereals are a faction. Well, I punched that, destroyed that guy, and then those came out of the ground. So, let's see. We need to go this way. Two can play at this game. Corpse Fiend, huh? That actually was somewhat difficult to take down. I mean, not really. Not as much as these butchers, though. They're so scary looking. Go and check. We need to continue up this way. Get these hounds out of the way. We already cleared all this out, but I think since we came back, they all respawn. It's okay, they'll all take the experience. Yeah. Great Axe of Celerity. No improvement there. Alright. Too many fire guys on this side. Okay. We'll go in here and sort of recharge a little bit. Oh, I can't believe I missed. Wow, there's like so much stuff going on. I'm gonna really need that cooked meal. I don't want to step in this too, because this does contact damage. I remember, wasn't it last time it was some dumb death. It was like I stepped in water that I wasn't supposed to step in. So I guess I'll have to remember that for next time. More of these guys. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that does contact damage too. They're trying to get me through the wall. I don't think there's any way to break this wall. So, yeah, that's where it was. I died up in there. Okay, move. Although, since I have no idea what the Warden's doing in their laboratory, this definitely could be a place that is affected by their questionable pursuits. Okay. Really, my goal was to take out the enemies that were ranged first, but I guess I didn't quite get that done. But yeah, you see there's like these things that are spilled in there. And whatever it is deals high levels of contact damage. To pick up more tonics, I have 50 tonics of mending. I should never be afraid to use those. No, that's not an improvement. Oh, hello. What is this? Just a crate. There's a lot of stuff in it, but still just a crate. Alright, sorry about that. Oh, so I see a star, so we're getting closer to some place that we need to be. Tons of those fire guys. Yeah, whatever that is does not look good. Looks like toxic waste. Ooh. Let's go ahead and check everything else, but then there's an even lower level. So let's head on down to this wooden door. Components on weapons grant an activated skill. Underground transit. What? Alright, so we have to clear this rift gate. Oh! I guess we already did. Didn't spawn anything. Ah! Okay, that's not what I was trying to do. This is intriguing, huh? Underground transit. Look at it. So there's all these coffins. And there's this symbol on it. I remember when we read in the book, he talked about how there are all these prisoners who were disappearing from the cell, and the warden was taking them somewhere north. And then there's that other guy who talked about being the visitor and hearing all this stuff going on in the middle of the night. It's very intriguing, huh? Two of these. Oh, I guess we got them out of the way. That overseer's a pain. I missed with the blast too. Okay, so I'll do single loop around and double kill. Nice. Shoot through the... well, the goal was to shoot through the doorway, but I missed. It's very decrepit place. Very intriguing. Heard that interesting noise. I don't know if these noises are just sound effects or if they actually represent something. I'm gonna do my best to take these guys out from a distance. I don't really want to walk in there. Oh, did you see that chair get destroyed? That's a neat little touch. That was pretty cool. I appreciate that. It's like, could I do it with this chair? Cool, I didn't notice that. Sacrificial Knife of the Void. That sounds awesome. But it's not good. So we're in the abandoned storerooms now. Maybe we could get some good loot. Some scrap. Give me that sweet scrap. What? Ugh. Alright. Ooh, look at that chest. It's glowing. Ornate strongbox. That's an improvement. I can't use it, though. Defeat more of these gloves. That's not worth it, is it? Now, I also want to keep in mind trying to find these hidden compartments in the walls, because remember, in the previous episode, we found some that weren't on the map. So I think there are these secrets that we can find. What? You hit me through the door. Alright, I'm calling BS on that. Of course, I hit him through the door. We're back to the transit. So let's go ahead and see. I think this isn't going to take us anywhere new. Oh, that freezing effect's so cool. Something I did added that. Ah! Okay. That was not the order I was trying to do that. Now that, however... Oh, there's more of them! Okay. So there's two ways to continue forward. And both of them kind of go in the same direction. So go ahead and make sure there's nothing else of interest in this room. Now we're on the other side of the gate. And continue to defeat these swarms of deadly enemies, or dead and deadly. Alright, kill this burning dead. Do a couple of ranged attacks. Fury. Got some fireflies, but you see we're starting to move more into the cave. But look at this. There's these wagon tracks. Talk about underground transit. Oh, we got a level up too. Let's try it. Shadow Strike. So we'll put that as number 4. Shadow Strike. What does 4 do? A cunning combination of illusion and mental deflection allows you to seemingly vanish and reappear above your victim. Requires a melee weapon. So I'm hitting 4 and it's not doing anything. So I might need to specifically target an enemy. Like that. Ho-ho! That's cool! And I probably did not want to go right in there. That, like, just teleports me there. That's an awesome attack. I don't know if it does any damage, though. I'll check in a minute. What I kind of want to do... So I have this mouse, which has, like, all these extra buttons. I think it would kind of be cool to assign these buttons to my attacks, so I don't have to keep one hand on the keyboard. Let's check these out. Nope. Not improvement. I wonder though, yeah, it seems like this attack will allow us to like go through walls. I don't know if that's something they've considered or not. Whoa, okay, came down from the ceiling. Kind of caught me off guard. That was pretty cool, though. So we've already seen... Oh, more of them. Oof. Seen most of these guys. This is a... Arachnid's paradise here. Where was I going? There's that food, right. I was going to continue up further. So we've kind of just ended up back on the other side, so we're still kind of in the area. Or I guess underneath the house, but you see it transitions to being more of a cave sort of thing. Because remember, this is a level down beneath his original house, so I don't know how or why he made all of this. I mean, this is something I think would be tough to add later, so you'd probably want to... The warden at least would probably want to know about this, or have his house constructed this way. This is like a real dungeon. It does do some attacks. Ornate strong box. Give me some of that stuff. I think this game compared to Fate the inventory is a lot more space in it. This doesn't really ever feel like I'm running out of space as often. Alright, let's do this attack. Cocooned remains. That is not a comforting thought. Ah, yes, criminal law. I was going to say, something looks interesting up here, and that's it. I found another secret cave. Oh! Coming from the wall. Combat pants. So this will take us back over here, but first, I just want to check this, because there's an exalted stash. Ooh, a blue item. Gunslinger's jacket. Requires player level 20. I'm going to check that out, though. So this is something that we are keeping because it's an improvement. Whoa! This is a big improvement. 264 spirit, crazy. But I do have some energy left. So this requires 20, and this is something I'm probably going to want to use because it's considerably better. That's not really an improvement. These are all about the same. This requires some spirit, so we'll put this over and see whichever comes first. Oh, look at this. Ether Fire, Plate Basket of Attack. That's a big improvement. How about that? Yeah, there's definitely been some good stuff. I'm glad we went and checked out this area, because it looks like a lot of this we got, just because we're exploring a little more deeply. And even more stuff. I almost completely missed what was on this guy. So let's just see if there's anything else that's interesting. I'm always constantly looking for a new weapon, because I think there's going to be more that I'm missing. Yeah, combat pants are not an improvement. Sorry to get in the middle of your nest. Oh, that was a lot at once. That's a good thing I was able to get off that attack, or else I think I might have been in trouble. Sneak attack.
I can't do that yet.
Ribbon, huh? Plus 3% experience gained. Okay, so I think this pretty much moves around to where we were. So we'll keep on going up, but I see something over here. Oh, just some scrap. I really need to stop getting myself in these situations where I just am facing so many enemies at once. The thing is, it's hard to tell sometimes how many there are. Just look around, see if there's any loot I'm missing. Copper band is worthless. Okay, back to the underground transit. And yeah, this is going to come back to where we were. Now it's a pretty decent combo attack, though, is if I teleport myself to the middle of a group, and then right after do the right-click attack. I mean, it's risky because I'm putting myself in this dangerous position, but it's like great positioning as far as, if you know, area effects. It's just risky positioning too. Pick up some of this stuff. Teleport slash. Okay. I think we've been... Oh, I guess we haven't explored this. Yeah, this dungeon is just so big. It's ridiculous. One problem is I haven't figured out how to quite get these attacks off without taking damage. I think it seems like I take too much time getting in position before I can actually pull it off. Okay, that was a bad move. Get out of here! Zip. Surely the salvage helmet is not better than my Ether Fire helmet. So his armor is stacking up nicely. I just think we are starting to get to the point where we need an improvement in weaponry. So always just keeping our eye out. Ornate strongbox. Oh, hello there. Alright, so neither of those are really worth picking up. Weapon rack. Nope. I can't remember where I got this weapon from. The one I'm using now. Ah. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Plus 46 damage per second. Oops. Ask and ye shall receive, I suppose. Eldritch Tarnished Metal Maul of Alcredi. Oh, I also wanted to eat that food. Completely missed it because I was distracted. There it is. I appreciate that the developers added these little healing stations. You can definitely spend a lot of time going without, you know, taking care of that. Here we've got a ruined shrine. Wants 2 ether crystals. We'll go ahead and offer it. Drop some mostly mediocre stuff by the looks of it. Yeah, I'm not going to take that off, but I did get a devotion point. And that's something I still don't quite understand, is what the devotion, how to put the devotion points in the right spot. So, like, for example, all of these are locked, but which ones are not locked? This guy? Oh, there we go. Plus 12 offensive capability. That seems good. Alright, so there's a lot of enemies working their way towards us. I'll slowly reduce their numbers. This guy really wants to fight, though, so I will oblige and we can fight. And another Aether Crystal. Tons and tons of coffins, ridiculous. And lots of crystals, too. I have to think there's some connection there. Ah, more keep coming. Oh! Wow. More crystals. Let's see. 1. 2 more. There's a boss. Alright. Get some of his minions out of the way first. Oh, that just made him angry. Fine, I'll go right into there. Okay, that was not the right move. Oh, he's a flamethrower. Gut Ripper. Unstoppable. I completely disagree with that sentiment. Magic Shield. Food ration. Of course we want that. Some of these look good, but they're just not, except that one really is. Let's see. Let's get these boots. Physique 219. Okay, so we'll put this over here. Yeah, 1 level up, I might be able to get to 219. The other option is, if I have any emeralds, which I do, I can put them on. And now for sure I'll get the next time. Hello there. Yeah, we're clearly getting closer to something. There's just too many of these crystals to be a coincidence. Can't believe I almost didn't pick up that scrap. What kind of post-apocalyptic player would I be if I didn't? That was nice. I got 3 with that one. Take out this rotting soldier. Ah! Don't quite have the timing down on that yet. One-two punch. More of them come out of the ground, of course. Alright. So we can't go this direction. Ah. More of them. I guess that's okay. It gets me closer to a level up. And these hordes of zombies are really not too difficult. Alright. What have we here? Some of these guys. Scavengers. Can you go through there? Yes, I can. Crystal cluster. It probably makes sense to try and just get that guy out as soon as I could. I haven't seen a cluster before, though. Alright. There are a multitude of enemies. Actually, maybe it's always been clusters and I just never noticed. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because they act just like the other ones. Ah, that's such a cool name to tarnish a double axe against insanity, but alas, the stats do not match up the coolness factor. Can't go through here. There have been tracks that go through there. I'm looking for chests or anything interesting. Surely there's something. Besides more zombies, I was gonna say that should level me up. Oof, get out of there. Alright, level up. So, let's keep doing the Shadow Strike. This is pretty cool. And then I was going to go to inventory, and one of these I need. That's level 20. Spirit 184. This requires physique 219, so I'm going to put physique up. And this is a big improvement that nearly doubles what we've got. Alright, cool. Another thing is, it tells me what things I can put on it. So that's kind of nice. Like I could put some lightning damage on this, or cold damage, or just 12% physical damage. Maybe I should just do that. That looks pretty good. Chipped Claw. We'll put it up there. So that'll improve that weapon a little bit. Get away. Another Aether Crystal. Shadow Strike. Okay, well that one didn't kill everyone around it, but thankfully we were able to get that off in time, just so we can make our little retreat. More of these Overseers. Man, no wonder the Ethereals don't like me. I don't blame them one bit. I've killed so many of them. Get this corruption out of here. Pick up another crystal. If they're wanting me to use my crystals to upgrade, they're doing a good job of giving them to me. Shadow Strike. And I see there's a wear point over there, but hidden laboratory. Or rift, excuse me. Alright, that one activates without too much of an issue. A laboratory. The warden must be nearby. Oh, I gotta read what these say. I'll let those guys fight, and hope they leave me alone. I'm interested in this. Krieg has gotten the better of me, and I am presently at his mercy, imprisoned beneath his manor. Seeing no other way to progress in my investigation, I forced my way into the locked portion of the manor and found myself in a veritable house of horrors. The unusual sorcery on the locks should have been my first clue that I was dealing with something more extraordinary than some rogue occultist. My search led me through a room filled with the rotting bodies of men and women subjected to brutal torture or horrible experimentation, perhaps some mix of the two. Behind the manor, I found a door leading down to the earth beneath the estate, where I found myself quickly lost in an implausibly large dungeon. Yeah, it wasn't long before I sensed things moving in darkness all around me, and they quickly closed in, surrounding me. As I prepared to fight for all I was worth, Krieg's massive form emerged from the shadows, his face expressionless. He spoke coolly, as though nothing at all was out of the ordinary, and invited me to tour his facility. While I had no doubt that something unpleasant was planned for me, it at least delayed my confrontation with the living horrors gathering in the dark. I lingered in this dank cell for one long, unsettling day and a night of terrors. Krieg allowed me to witness the process by which they are preserving human bodies for what he calls the glorious dawn. I've gotten glimmerings of another consciousness within Krieg, which is joined with or possibly in control of him. From the way he spoke, it is clear that this is only some part of a much greater conspiracy, and I suspect many other persons in key positions have been possessed by things akin to that which now inhabits Krieg. I was arrogant in my initial handling of Krieg and seriously misjudged the power and scale of the threat we were faced with. Fortunately, Krieg's own arrogance has likewise led him to misjudge the resourcefulness of his prisoner. He's invited me to ascend beyond humanity by pledging myself to his cause or to join his inventory of the embalmed corpses. I've been left to contemplate this decision, but the cell, even magically warded, cannot hold the likes of me, and I have no intention of being here when Krieg returns for my answer. That was a lot of damage. I don't know why I had so much trouble defeating that single enemy. So, oh yeah, this is the cell where he was. Oh, look at this, some magic symbols. Continue exploring. There is some stuff over there. Okay, okay. The enemies here deal quite a bit of damage, so I'm going to go ahead and heal up. I'm going to hit 9. Oh, I guess that didn't help me. Oh, we've seen these before. Oh, that's brutal. It is unclear why the ethereals are so interested in tissue preservation. One of my colleagues has posited that they may intend to use human corpses as vessels for possession when they bring more of their kind into our realm. Wagon loads of corpses continue to stream in day and night. The sheer quantity is staggering, and I begin to suspect that we are not merely executing criminals as we were told. Okay, so remember, we can't touch this. Very dangerous. So I'll do my best to keep a ranged attack going. I won't use up all of my energy in case they get too close. But until then, that's the way to go. Okay, I don't want to step in that very much. So I got him before he got me. Oh, hello there. Didn't see him. Okay, I really need to be careful with missing these because it uses up a lot of energy. Let's see what this is. Can't quite tell. Yeah, so we've got some sort of laboratory here. Insidious indeed, living quarters. Okay. Lots of enemies coming. Lots of enemies coming. Let's try and land a right click. Alright, so that'll help us out, but I'm not done yet. Continue to spawn. Oh, I can't believe I missed. That was a waste. Alright, so we have to do the up close and personal method. Second entry, Gurthrin's notes, which I will read once I dispose of this flesh-warped thrasher. We entered stage 2 of our trials today, but the results were not what I anticipated. We've progressed to the point where the corpses can endure for months, possibly years, with minimal, mostly external deterioration. Our ethereal overseer seemed satisfied, and he or it unexpectedly placed his hand on one of the corpses and released a spark of ethereal energy. The thing began to move as if it were alive again. It was a ghastly sight. What I found far more troubling is that these corpses are clearly not meant to serve as ethereal hosts. It has become known to me that they prefer living hosts. The sheer number of corpses they are hauling through here suggests a far worse realization. An army. Still in the living quarters? Does he mean to tell me he had 2 quarters? He had an upper and a lower? So he's got a house, right? The final entry. This will be my last entry as I've determined to end my life. I cannot bring myself to carry out these abominable experiments any longer. I may have already doomed humanity with my actions. Though I've long felt shunned by my fellows at the Academy and thought the Ethereals could offer me something greater, I can no longer be a part of this. I fear that if they find my body, they will use me for their experimentation, so I must be discreet. Returning as one of the things... Excuse me. Returning as one of those things would be unbearable. So surely we're getting close to the climax of this dungeon. The warden's apprentice has killed himself, as we are learning through these notes. There are a high number of enemies dealing increasingly dangerous damage levels. That's an improvement. Okay, we're gonna do this by hand. Probably against my better judgment. Okay. So I'll sort of retreat in here, or I suppose regroup a little bit, and let the horde come for me. If I'm smart with how I use my energy, I think I should be able to survive this. But there's definitely just waves and waves on their way. Ugh. This is a ghastly sight, to be sure. There's a lot of brutal things in the backgrounds. Man, it's just such a big place, too. I mean, that's what he talked about in the journal entry. Alright, so this we've sort of seen. So we want to continue up in this direction, it would seem. Follow this hallway. Reanimator. It's been a while since we've seen one of those. Uh-oh, what is that thing? Gurthran the Betrayed. Oh, so that's him. So much for not wanting to become an ethereal. He's a prime ethereal. He's a general. Okay. So we saw him up there. We'll slowly target him properly. What is he doing in there? Ah! Okay. Right, because the thing is, I don't want there to be too many enemies nearby. But I'm kind of wondering if he's spawning them. Kind of seems that way, doesn't it? So I'm just going to continue and do my best and get these shots in. It's a good time to use a potion there. Alright. There we go. Got him. I don't think that's it, though. I will gladly take this meal, but I'm sure we're gonna have to face the warden himself. Ah! Someone just did a lightning bolt on me.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry inventory is full.
Alright. Good thing is, it looks like none of this is really useful to us. Overmind. Nope, that's definitely worse. Yeah, so many of these corruptions. Inner laboratory. What are we gonna find here? They're like sentinels. They're firing from the top. That's really cool. That's awesome. Back to living quarters. Oh man, it just goes on. What are we gonna find? Come on, I needed that attack to hit. I was really not in a good spot there. Shadow sneak. Yeah, these guys coming out of the ground sometimes really throw off my spatial... Wait, what? Did you hear that? I heard someone talking. Not to kill me. Okay. Okay, so this is not how you should attack Burning Dead, the way I did it just there. That really did not put me in a good spot. But still, I definitely heard someone say something. It was like a girl's voice. Underground jail. My goodness. The warden had a lot of subterranean real estate. Zambrand's notes. Man, there's so much going on. I don't even know if we're gonna have time to finish this in this episode even. Be careful, because I'm starting to run out of energy too. I'm so close to leveling up again. There's just like an intense amount of enemies. I want to see what Zambrand's notes are too, because I think we're gonna have to defeat him next. But okay. Hopefully that will... Nah, there's still more. Zambrand's notes. My colleague Gurthrin took his... Stop it, I just want to read. Get out of here. Took his life today, that short-sighted fool. He could never see the big picture, and this project was no different. Gurthrin cannot fathom the glorious vision of ethereals and the role we will play as early human collaborators. This isn't about personal gain. We will elevate humanity. Certainly there has been a cost in lives, but progress always has a price. So what of the dirty masses who will perish in the glorious dawn when ethereals reveal themselves to the world? To the ethereals, we are like some of those base primitive creatures, as the Silith are to us. Those of us who will serve, or better yet, bond with an ethereal, shall forge a new human future. Okay. And there's Zambrent, as I expected. We're going to find him too. I'm going to lead him into this room. Level up. Level 20. Well, I could upgrade to my new armor if I had that ability, but the big advantage we get from leveling up, my energy restores. And that is not good, is it? Oh, hi, Overmind. I tried to get through the door and I couldn't. Okay. Nice little food ration. I'll always take that. Alright, so this episode's getting pretty long. I just want to see how close it seems like we are to the end. I don't mind doing a kind of longer episode, but if there's like 30 minutes left in this dungeon, I mean, it makes sense to break it here. I guess we'll keep going. It's okay to have a long episode every once in a while. Especially as we've just found some iron doors. Warden King, there he is.
I've been expecting you.
Ah, I've been expecting you, he says. Oh, he's fast. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, I thought I was going to have that escape route to use, and clearly I didn't. So he's going to start spawning some stuff. And he's using that same, you know, ethereal attack. Let's go ahead and get a health potion in here. Move around to the other side. Send an attack. Oh, we're close.
I will crush your friends at Devil's Crossing. I will demonstrate my true power.
Of course. 2 health bars. I knew that was too easy. Alright, good time to use an energy potion as well. I'm really thinking, well, he's so fast, though. Ranged attack is the ideal way to do this. He has ranged attacks, too, though. Shadow Sneak! Okay. Alright, I am slowed. He's got all these debuffs on me. Move around to the other side. Hang in there, hang in there. Got him, 484 experience. Treacherous. Couple things. Tenacious Warden's Fortress of Protection.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, you better bet I'm picking this stuff up. Let's see what's not useful. I have too many things. Dump. 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 Okay. He dropped too many things to be some of these not be useful. Like that crazy looking shield. And also we've got Warden's Chest. With a lot of stuff. Tainted brain matter. That's not that good. The conduit though. That's really good. 22, but requires 22 physique. But you better bet I'm putting it in physique. Because I just need to get to level 25. Well, that's actually kind of far, but still. That's an improvement. Who knows what that is? And now the Warden's dead. So we can... I'm sure there's still more to see in this dungeon. Maybe it's worth it at some point just taking a look around. But looks like all the ethereals died also. or disappeared or something. So I just sort of want to see if there's anything in there. But then, yeah, pretty soon we're just going to head back to town. Or to Devil's Crossing. Advanced storms. Alright, so there still is a little bit here that we might at some point want to take care of. But for now, I'm going to go and make a personal rift. We're going to go back and talk to the captain. And they're going to probably pretty much really like us now. I bet we're going to get a lot of influence here.
Is it finished? Is the Warden dead?
I tracked him down and took his life.
The Warden's defeat is a great victory for us, nay, for all of humankind. But there are many more ethereals out there, some much more powerful than Krieg. Perhaps more disturbing, though, there are those of our own kind who would see us dead to take what little we have, or just for the pleasure of killing. Among the innocent who passed through this prison on their way to Krieg's lab were many violent criminals, murderers, and worse. Many of them escaped to the northwest after the Grim Dawn, forming into ruthless gangs who prey upon drifters still traveling the roads. Since a river separates us and them, they have not been a problem thus far. Except we need farmers to get back to the business of growing food before we all starve to death. The farmland that supplied this region is to the northwest, and we need to secure a hold there. Mornay recently returned from Old Arkovia to the northwest and can give you details on the outlaw situation and what needs to be done. I realize that you have been through much in recent days, but we cannot rest just yet.
Alright, wants us to go to the northwest. What's Monray
You must
have?
be the kid that's causing a stir in my absence. You've done good by dispatching Krieg. I knew that man in life. I dread to think of what he had become as an ethereal. Aye, an old mess has come back to finally bite us right in the ass. The river's kept them at bay for now, what with a broken bridge. It seems the bastards have garnered a taste for the one hole in the world they were once so eager to escape. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're at war, and if we don't take the fight to them, they will surely bring it to us. I'd much rather fight on my own terms. Wouldn't you? Before we do anything, we'll need to get that bridge repaired. Got men ready to do the work and some scrap to get you started. Just need to provide the remaining raw materials. Once that's all finished, I need you to enter the Arkovian foothills and show those bastards we're not a prize for the taking. Last I saw of them, they were mobilizing for something big across the river. Why don't you head on over there and introduce yourself?
Alright. So he's giving us some armor and some scrap, although I have plenty of scrap. And this episode's gone long enough, I just want to see where I am real quick with Friendly. I'm amazed I'm not respected yet, but who knows? There's still more to do here. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and end the episode there. We finally killed the Warden. This has been Retro Gaming Now, playing Grim Dawn, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.